I don't know. I feel like this is gonna be a fun one. Okay, so your internal judicial system will translate externally into societal's justice system and divine judgment. If you don't want something to happen to you, you don't wish it on someone else. There is no buts. There is no buts. If you don't want something to happen to you, you don't wish it on someone else. Ely's saying, stand on business. Sis, stand on business. If you don't want something to happen to you, you don't wish it upon someone else. There are no buts. The hurt, the pain, the betrayal, all of that is real. All of that is real. But a life is still a life. A life is still a life. You are allowed to ask your divine team, God, the universe, etc., for a lighter sentence, a lighter karmic sentence for someone that has harmed you. For someone who has intentionally gone out of their way to harm you, to target you, you have the power to ask the highest powers of love and light to ease up, because you love them. That's totally okay. That is a really brave conversation to have. That is a really brave ask. Because you can be told no and still have to walk away. If your request is approved, why do I feel like a little spiritual secretary right now? Little jester ass, secretary ass. Major transformation, letting go, new perspectives. If your request is approved, there will be different responsibilities for all parties involved. To allow for more lighthearted karma. It's just so much easier to say that someone deserves this, someone deserved that. Oh, well, that's what you get, or oh, what you did, or that's so much easier than taking accountability beyond ourselves to create a greater impact in the long run. It's much easier to say that someone deserves the type of treatment or the words or the hatred that they are receiving than to realize that we all make mistakes. That we've all been there in one way or another. And that it doesn't matter if, oh, I would never do that. I could see how you could get to that point to want to do that. Like, I get it. I'm not fucking better than you. I'm not better than you. I'm not better than anybody. I'm not even better than myself, but I still try. I'm not better than myself, but I still try. That purity of, that's kind of what play is. You don't play the game to win, you play the game to have fun. And yeah, it's fucking nice to win. It's nice to win. And you can always win. But it's okay to lose too. Losing can be more fun than winning sometimes. It can. The embodiment of equality requires the ability the ability. Equality mindset requires the ability to balance and shift between hive and individual mentality. What's best for me is best for the hive. What's best for the hive is best for me. That is where your intuition turns into your compass and your heart turns into your sails. And whichever star, meaning like whichever like star, it's crazy because there's stars flowing out of this cup. There's stars in the sky. There's stars out here. And there's stars surrounding the sun moon. The Samoon. I forget what I was gonna say. Because, oh! I'm fucking dumb, bro. When you find which star you would like to lead your way, that's just, you just set sail to that direction. If you want to go against the current, you can! Will it take you to land? Will the treasure at the end of the journey be worth it? It's not like you're gonna know whether you do that thing or that thing or that thing. So if you really, 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 really feel called to do something, fucking do it. Travel that way. Because fuck around and find out. Yeah, but fuck around and find out is also kind of like life. It's funny because when I write things down, like as I'm processing, as I'm taking it in, as I'm adding like my own flair, as I'm listening to like divine guidance, as I'm like all these things, right? It comes out so professional on the paper. And then I go, okay, let me sit down. Click. Starts freaking recording. And then equality embodiment required. Ability to balance hive and individual energies to make milestone decisions. Turns into, you gotta go back and forth between the hive and the individual, and then bap, 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 bap. Insert random fucking story here. Bap, bap, bap. And I gotta say, I fucking love it. I love it. I love it. Because even when I'm crafting like these compilations of ideas or thoughts surrounding similar or connecting topics, like I can't always just sit down and do it all at once. Like a break is nice. Like get up and stir the pot. Get up and pour yourself a glass of water. Go outside for a little bit. Walk around the house. Clean something up in the house. Little things. Answer a phone call. Scroll through reels for a little bit. Whatever. What is this little tangent I'm going off on? What is this little tangent that I'm going off on? Is your vessel cracking, Pookie? Holy shit. True confidence is I do not have to fight for my place. I don't have to. I don't have to kick and scream and punch and yell and talk down upon and cast upon. I don't have to do any of that because I know that if I have a spot, everybody has a spot. And maybe their spot won't be next to mine, but they have a spot. They have a spot. We all have a spot to shine our light. And sometimes that light overlaps. That's celebration. That's play. That's joy. I don't have to fight for my spot because I know that there's a spot for everyone. There can be a spot for everyone. Because there exists more than just me. There exists more than just what I like, what I don't like, what I think, what I don't think, what I feel, what I've never felt. There's so much more beyond me that of course, there's gonna be people like me, but never exactly me. And that's not a place of competition. That is a place of graduation. That is a place of community. That is love. That is light. There is a spot for all of us. I'm not worried about draining my resources to help you. And it's not even about you. It's not about who you are. It's that you are a soul. I recognize that soul and I recognize this vibration. The more that I get to know you, the more that I get to know myself. And because I love all parts of myself, even if the parts of myself that I operate in have changed over time. Maybe you represent a past version of me, a present version of me, a future version of me. And no matter what you represent, what I want to be, what I don't want to be, I love it. I love it. I love you. I love your soul and your essence. I'm not afraid of who I was, who I am, and who I'm going to be. And because of that, I can love you in every single stage. Directly connected or far away. Very, very far away. Either or. How can I blame any other being? How could I blame any other being? Knowing that what's in my control is in my control, what's out of my control is out of my control. How can I blame if everybody's doing their part and things just don't seem to, go the way you wanted it to? But everyone was doing their part. Everyone was doing the work. It's not about nitpicking each other like, well, you should have been doing this and I should have done this and, well, they should have done this too. And, oh, fuck, it's because that thing was over there. And you can do that lightheartedly, transmuting, but don't harp on it. Don't drag someone down because of it. Don't hold yourself down because of it. And if you're very used to that lifestyle, it's going to take some time. It's going to take some time and practice to really get that muscle, body, and soul memory of doing the action unconsciously. But when you get it, you get it. You're there. It's that. If you know how to trust in yourself, then you know how to interpret and trust in the Guinness World Records. Guinness World Records 2024. And something about an apartment. Okay. If you know how to trust yourself and I see what they did there. Okay, I see what they fucking did there. You know how to trust in yourself. You know how to interpret and trust in the divine's messages. And then all of a sudden I get 2 just random messages. So for somebody, that's gonna be like, if you're unsure, if like however you translate those are meant to be like a confirmation, like a double thumbs up, like yes, you know how. Maybe if you don't practice it all the time, maybe if you can't sit in that energy all the time, that's okay. You know how to do it. And so if that's how you want to spend your time or energy, that's what's gonna return to you. You are only attracting energies around you that you can handle. So if the big boss is seeming big boss, seeming like, haha, sorry, that's not seeming like seeming like high level, like not even talked about dark deity, It's an energy that you can take. Maybe not all by yourself. It depends. Because in my experience, to release a really high level dark entity, there's healing that needs to be done. We'll put this in another video. The support that you have, whether you are surrounded by people, strong spirit team, whether your relationship with the people around you are stronger than your relationship with your spirit team, whatever comes your way it's not gonna defeat you. It's just not. It's not gonna defeat you. And it's okay to feel that way. It's okay to feel as if it has defeated you, or that it did defeat you, or that it's definitely kicking your ass. And that's part of the process. That's great. But I'm just here to let you know that after you've healed from it, that after you've healed from it, those energies won't be able to return, or you'll be more equipped to handle them. You'll have strat. You'll see them from miles away. And each time you'll have a chance to handle it even more kindly, even more magically than you were able to the last time. It takes more weight to let the strength down gently. That's so funny. It takes a lot of weight to let the strength down gently. Okay, not what I meant to say, but I could see that the weight causing you to put down your strength gently. If you have been surrounded by toxic masculinity, if you were taught that strength is violence, that strength is overpowering, that strength is to be better than someone else, that strength is to push past all pain with disregard to the stature, to the honor of emotions, of life, of death. Oh, Lord. Then it would seem like you're putting on weight. Like it's really hitting you to have to put down those guards, the false sense of strength. And so if that's the case, we're rewriting that right now for you. It takes more strength to let the weights down gently. Healing the subconscious, mastery of self, mending self. Remember to ask yourself, remember to take note. Before I judge myself, before I guilt trip myself, before I point blame on myself or anyone else, right? We're going to focus on ourselves. Because yes, there are more than one person in a connection, in a relationship. But we take accountability for our part, regardless if we did something right or wrong. So we're going to take that time to look within ourselves, to really, crack down on ourselves. Is this your first set? Is it your last set? Is this a max recalculation? Are you testing your limits again to make a new plan, a new target goal? Consider these things. Consider yourself before deciding judgment upon how profitable your performance was, is, will be. In doing this, we remove our nose from the spiritual justice system, and then we focus a bit more on our actions and words and whatever. Speaking is an action. On our actions and how our actions can fuel or impact others' choices and actions as well. I think that being able to love a part of someone else that you didn't hurt, or maybe was never even hurt in the first place, I think that's what magic is. I think that's true magic. I think that when we learn what we need, when we communicate with the divine what we need, when the divine communicates with us what we need, showing up as what someone else needs in those really remarkable moments, even though it may slow you down, even though maybe it's an obstacle, even though maybe it happens all the time. That, to me, pays off more in the long run than being harsh and cruel and stepping on the heads of others to get to where I want to go. People needing love and support, they're not always going to accept it, or it's not always going to look like they're accepting it. Like, maybe they won't absorb the love, but the little bonk on their head definitely, they feel that, they recognize that. Even if it's just for a moment, even if it's just for 5 seconds of their life, if that's all they get, in those moments, people may not accept or understand the endless possibilities of your love, or just love in general, right? Like, people who are in need of love and support may take it and stay where they are at. They may take your love, they may take your kindness, they may take your resources, and they may stay the same person that they always were. They may make the same choices that they always have for a certain period of time. because you're so powerful and you're so potent that it's only a matter of time. Patience. It's only a matter of time before you start seeing the things that you thought were lost causes, that were hopeless, that weren't enough for you, that you weren't enough for, that were better than you, that you were better than. None of that matters. None of that matters. You can say, oh, they only started to do that after I left them. Yeah, they were talking about it, but then they only started doing it when I left. They only started doing it when I left. How could they do that to me? It's because it wasn't about you. It wasn't about you. You're so powerful. But that doesn't mean that your purity, your magic works instantly. Especially when you're just getting started. That's not how it works. But it will work in the way that you need it to. And you can negotiate that. You can talk about the plans with the divine. And of course, they're always going to do what's best for you. Of course. But if you want to have a say, if you want your opinion taken into account, so that you can at least understand that nobody's intentionally trying to go after you, and if they are, it doesn't matter. It literally doesn't, because they're not going to get to you. Instead of, oh. I'm so happy to see where they're headed, who they are. If they're in the same place, I'm glad they're okay. I'm glad they're still here. I'm glad people get to experience them, good or bad, because their life is a blessing. Experiencing them is a blessing. There are people that like the people that I don't like. There are people that agree with the people that I don't agree with. And I love them all. They are all so important to me because they offer different perspectives, different choices, different paths. That is abundance. It's like just that little spark that you share with them is enough to reignite, for them to relearn how to reactivate, to tap in, to repair their own generator. And eventually, I don't know why this is what I feel like saying, but eventually the baby learns how to walk. The baby learns how to walk. The baby learns how to talk. The baby learns how to run. And then the baby learns how to drive. I don't know. Okay, I don't know, but it's pretty funny to me. I don't know. I'm chuckling. Major release, letting go that you gotta be so serious with your spirit team, that you gotta be so serious in professional situations, like that a mistake is unprofessional. Mistakes aren't unprofessional. Mistakes are human. We all go through things. We all forget our humanity from time to time. That's why I like to remind people, reconnect with yourself, reconnect with whatever you need to reconnect with to keep that love within you, to keep you in that love frequency, that love energy, no matter what you're feeling, no matter who's around you, no matter what's going on, no matter how things seem, no matter what your vision is. If we are all a part of a collective consciousness, if we are all one, why would you try to make an excuse for anyone to be left to suffer? Suffering, punishment, blame, guilt, hate, violence, it doesn't always lead to change. It does and can lead to control. It's easier to grab a wire hose or one leather belt or one wire hanger or the antennas off the TV or a paddle or a shredded bamboo stick. Did I say yardstick already? Because that's popping up a lot too, like a lot, like multiple times. To throw a rock. I did that one. I'm not laughing because I think it's funny. Like, I don't know why I did it. I just fucking did it. I was a kid. You know, like, am I gonna do it again? Never. Never. Did I try to lie about it at the time when I was a kid because I was scared of getting in trouble? Yes. I didn't need to see the big bump on the head. I didn't need to get caught in the lie because the frozen meat outside was found that was there to ice her head. I didn't need punishment to know not to fucking throw a rock at someone's head again. I felt bad enough that I fucking hurt somebody that I love to know not to do it again. So maybe taking that into consideration for ourselves and the people who are closest to us that surround us, who are kind of like us or really, really different than us, which actually then connects us, if that makes sense. Suffering doesn't always bring about change. Punishment doesn't always bring about change. Trust your higher consciousness. Trust your heart. Trust your heart. Trust your heart, damn it. Trust your heart. Trust your heart. Sitting in the back of the bus was illegal till Rosa Parks did it. Look what she went through. She didn't even want to do it. The world was beating her down. I think we can all relate to something like that. To something that's not a norm. That it's like there's already rules or laws or whatever, literature written in place or documents or whatever. Like, your truth is still your truth. If people can convince to legalize dehumanization, you're allowed to stand up for yourself. You're allowed to stand up for another person. You're allowed to stand up for human life. You're allowed to stand up for animal rights. You're allowed to stand up for nature. You're allowed to stand up for cultural protection. You're allowed to share your truth and share your voice and anything that your heart desires. But if you want to make progress, love. If you want to love more than you care about creating change. To love everyone, everything, every moment, every situation just as it is right now. To love every broken nail, every imperfection, in the moment now. To see that it's all truly an embodiment of love. And so to see that people get what they deserve is to be what they deserve. To be what they deserve. Be who you deserve. Because who you deserve is what other people deserve. The best parts of you. The best parts of you are all parts of you. This is such an interesting example, but someone who has held a gun to another person's head has the capability and ability to operate in a more consistent frequency of love and light than someone who has not done anyone anything wrong in their whole life. Pain doesn't negate possibility. Pain doesn't determine success. Your pain doesn't determine your intelligence. Book smarts, street smarts, it's all the same. They all need to work together. It's not just about one or the other. It's about all. How can I include all? How can I include all? How can I include all? How can I make space in my heart for everyone? How can I make enough space, enough capacity? How can I expand? How can I grow my heart to hold enough love for all? No matter the situation, no matter the circumstances, no matter the past, present, the future. How can I hold that love? How can I stay connected to my humanity while not over-sacrificing myself, my time, my worth? Well, maybe that is to believe that we are not better. Humans are not better. The cats or dogs, which are better, it depends what kind of person you are, so neither. Like, do you get what I'm trying to say? Kids, no kids, gay, straight, or monogamous, polyamorous, good or bad, whatever it is, there's no true judgment. Technically, we're all already coexisting because we all are literally like here on the planet together. Yes, there's war. Yes, people aren't safe. Keep riding this wave with me, this energetic pulse with me. Keep riding this energetic pulse with me, please. We are all already here. We all already coexist. We all already are born into our communities. Maybe not our final destination community, maybe not our most abundant community, But maybe that's what we can provide for our community. Maybe that's what we can remind our community of. Maybe life is a little less about finding and figuring out than experiencing and loving. Maybe the finding and the figuring out, it's all just play. It's all just play. Nobody's forcing you to like the things that you like. They can try. And they may. They may have when you were younger, but they can't do it now. They can't do it now. And if they get mad at you for a little bit, if they hate on you, if they're jealous of you, if they try to hold you back, hey, keep going. Keep doing it. They don't believe it's possible. They don't believe it's possible, but you do. You do. And there's things that they believe in that are possible that you don't. And so that's when you give each other space to explore what you would really like to experience, which well wishes you would like to share with the world. To treat your biggest adversary differently than you would treat your greatest friend is favoritism. To harp on certain people but not on others is favoritism. It's favoritism. So when you become your favorite person in the whole wide fucking world, when you become your favorite person in the whole wide fucking world, everyone becomes your favorite person in the whole wide fucking world, because then you see yourself in everyone and you can love everyone, and you know how to, because you have spent your whole life putting in the work to love yourself. On your purified patience and your newfound strength. Wow. Creativity, inspiration, longevity will be flowing through your bloodstream for the next few days. Drinking water is so important, but any liquid, if you feel called to coffee, coffee has its own spiritual magic. Tea, herbs, electrolytes, like salt and sugar in your water sometimes are good. Overdoing it on like Gatorade and stuff, flavored water, electrolyte beverages can overwork or stress out the kidneys and the liver. So just keep that in mind. Have fun with it. Take your time with it. Instead of just pouring out cold water into a cup from your Brita filter, maybe take the time. Cut up some strawberries, some lemons, some mint. Throw it in the water. Have fun with it. If you can't afford to go to the store, but you have like cinnamon or certain like nutmeg or something in your cabinet, do something with it. You are resourceful. You are expansive. You are abundant. You are extravagant. Extravagant energetically. And it shows. It shows. If you behead or betray the enemy, higher consciousness, there is no chance of them becoming your friend, of them enhancing themselves, of growing, of tipping the scales in the right favor. When you love your enemy, you build a bridge, you create an opportunity. And so maybe they won't cross that bridge, but it's there. It's built. If you behead the enemy, there's no chance of building the bridge together. You have to build the bridge all alone. But when you respect your enemy, your adversary, there's the chance that you'll be able to work together, that you'll be able to find each other's true hearts, true essence within the building of that bridge. And so maybe the bridge won't be well used. Maybe the bridge won't be well used, but it exists. It exists. It's not weak to not want to let go. It's not weak to hold on. But there's a way to do it. There's a way to do it where you're taking care of yourself. You are your first priority. You are all that you need. When you're not afraid of being right or wrong, of the limitations of the physical realm, you're able to release constantly. Release, transform, alter your mind, your safe space, your home. You're able to rewrite a tragedy. Patience, blessing, guardian. Would you like to give a message to the Kaleki? Not today. Up next is what?